Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elevate Your Business. I'm Ed Jarecki, and I'm thrilled to guide you through today's episode. Thank you for joining us and making this part of your entrepreneurial journey. Elevate Your Business is crafted for business owners, professionals, and budding entrepreneurs, where during each episode, we tap into the experience of those who have navigated the path of success in their businesses and lives, aiming to equip you with the tools you need to thrive. Today's guest illustrates this mission. So make yourself comfortable, unwind, and let's extend a hearty greeting to our incredible guest today, Barry Cohen. Barry, a seasoned expert with over 40 years of experience in advertising and public relations, carving a niche and helping emerging consumer good brands achieve remarkable success through innovative, cost-effective media and creative campaigns. His expertise spans across home improvement, health and beauty products, particularly natural products, and the leisure travel industry. Barry is not only a strategist, but also a thought leader, regularly contributing to Media Trade magazine and authoring two influential business books. He has enhanced the visibility and credibility of countless entrepreneurs and professionals nationwide, specializing in broadcast media buys that maximize reach without breaking the bank. As Barry joins us on the show, he'll shed light on what success means to him personally and how his definition has evolved over time, as well as one or two of his top challenges and the lessons learned associated with them. And finally, for today, we'll explore how Barry has leveraged innovation in his business and other work to overcome challenges and achieve his goals. So join me in welcoming Barry Cohen as we embark on another incredible episode of Elevate Your Business. Without further ado, welcome to the show, Barry. It's great to see you again. How are you doing?
Good, good. Thank you very much for the invitation. Looking forward to it.
I appreciate it very much. So to start with, would you mind sharing a little bit more about yourself and your business?
Sure. So I started my media and marketing career in selling radio advertising, what we used to call a dollar a hour at a small station. It was about $10 a minute. Worked my way up into larger stations and eventually was managing a small radio station that was distressed and doing a turnaround on it. And one of my old radio buddies asked me to join him in business, and we started AdLab now. Goodness, it was 1998, so we're looking at 26 years ago. And we evolved from an audio video production house to pretty much a full service advertising agency. But things changed, the industry morphed, and people's tastes changed and their preferences changed. So we had to make changes along with them. My current focus is more on publishing.
Can you describe a little bit about your publishing business?
Sure. Yeah. So I had succeeded in becoming a published author myself, and I noticed that there's still a great cachet to publishing. There's still an aura about it that makes you the instant expert. And what I did was I started promoting my own books because that's what I do for a living. And people just started coming at me right and left asking for help with their book projects. And it evolved to where, fast forward 5 years ago, my business partner and friend passed away very suddenly. And I shut down the offices and studios and made that the major part of my focus. So now I help people wherever they are on the journey to create and promote their intellectual property. So whether they just have a concept or an outline or a rough draft or even a finished book, I help them take it to the finish line and get it out into the world. We actually have a joint venture with an independent New York publisher. So we release things under our own imprint, Mentor Business Books, and I'm able to offer people that option.
Outstanding. I love that concept. So when you think about where you've been through your business, how do you define success today?
Well, again, today is one thing, yesterday is another. Today, I would say it's really about finding a zone of comfort where my work and my life matter because I'm elevating others. You know, it was more about the money in the beginning, to be honest with you, but you reach a certain point in your life and your career and you redefine your values. And for me, it's the Zig Ziglar philosophy. You get what you want by helping other people get what they want. And the real thrill for me is in seeing my clients take off. So seeing that once they become known as experts, their business grows.
I love that. And so you've already started to allude to this, but how has your definition of success evolved over time?
Well, like I said, it was really more about the money in the beginning. And also part of it was about freedom. Part of it was about being in control of my time. When I worked for other people, they controlled your time. So to me, success means being able to set your own schedule.
Outstanding. And so through your business journey, as with all business journeys, there are always those key challenges. Could you outline one or two of those for our audience and the lessons learned associated with them?
Absolutely. So I would say that The first top challenge for us was lack of accounting knowledge. Early on, my partner and I each made about a $10,000 mistake, which we could not afford to make. So early on, we recognized that the first thing we needed was to get a bookkeeper. So we managed to overcome that challenge, but also starting up with a limited capital. And because we had a somewhat capital intensive business in the beginning with a recording facility doing audio and video production, that really was an important challenge. And we addressed that by buying gently used equipment from people that we knew. And so many people in that industry go broke before they get started because they feel like they have to have the latest and the greatest, and they go overkill and they buy the equipment before they have the business to support it. And we absolutely knew we were not going to go that route. So beyond that, I would say that what we also did was we made sure to limit our financial exposure when it came to clients. And how do we do that? We did that by screening people for credit before we took on their business. I don't care if it was a bank, I don't care how much money they had. I care how they pay their bills. So we screened people for credit. We kept a close watch on receivables and didn't let anybody get too far extended. And very importantly, we took deposits and progress payments and never fronted money on a project.
That makes a lot of sense. Any other key lessons learned?
Yeah, you know what? It's all about think on your feet. Really. The ability to make decisions and make them in the moment when you have to. As an entrepreneur, you don't have, 6 layers of management. It's all on you.
Yeah. So be open to what the world throws at you, be able to adapt, think on your feet and adapt to that new insight, that new information, and keep moving forward.
Yes.
So the mantra for my family is learn from the past and keep moving forward.
Excellent. I like that.
So from an innovation perspective, how has innovation helped you get to where you're at today with your business?
It's both a help and a hindrance. We were not 25-year-old internet whiz kids. So people kind of fell out of love with what our primary focus was in the beginning, which was broadcast advertising. So we shifted by becoming content providers and then partnering with others that could deploy that content online. More recently, I've learned to use the technology for publishing. And the way we've done that is we've encountered people that run a large company, don't have the time to sit down and write a book, or people that are physically challenged with ADHD or dyslexia. And we'll get them on a Zoom call. We'll do a brain dump, a Vulcan mind meld. We'll audio record them. We'll run that through speech to text transcription software, and then we'll edit from the transcript. And actually, have been able to produce whole books that way.
And so when you think about where we're at today with digital media, Zoom meetings becoming so much more predominant in our business conversations, decisions, et cetera, has that played a role in enabling your business at all?
Extremely so, because I mean, we always did business on a kind of a nationwide basis, even before Zoom, before internet, when we were doing just fax orders or whatever. But it's just made it even easier. I mean, first of all, you don't have to maintain the physical office anymore, right? You can work from a home office, and that reduced the overhead tremendously, which really made a big difference, right? Plus the travel time. We're not sitting in traffic now. And if you're in the New York metropolitan area like we are, you live in traffic. I always used to say to people, you give birth in traffic around here.
That makes a lot of sense. So, innovation going forward, where do you see innovation taking your business into the future?
I see probably just more of the same. Everybody asks, well, is AI going to put you out of business? And the answer is no. When it comes, for example, to publishing, right? First of all, the Copyright Office will not accept a book that was done by AI. There's AI detection software that they use, and secondly, if you're using AI to write, it has its place. It's good for doing a blog post or for maybe your emails or memos or whatever. But the reality is that AI is going out on the web and scraping and likely infringing on somebody else's work. So I don't see that really causing a tremendous interruption in business. If anything, you're probably looking at things that will more facilitate speed and interaction than anything else.
Very interesting. So, any final takeaways for our audience?
Yes. Crawl before you walk, before you run, before you fly. You know, you need a well-defined game plan so that you can scale the business, but too many people want to go A to Z without going B through Y.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And the CEO of Focal Point, the franchise, made a comment at the end of the conference I was at a couple of weeks ago. And he basically said that he recognizes, and there's a broad recognition, the fact that business takes twice as much time, twice as much effort, and twice as much investment as we generally think as we're setting up and planning our business venture.
And the reality is exactly that word, planning. If you're not doing the planning on a regular basis, one thing that we initiated early on in our business was the week between Christmas and New Year's, every year without fail, my partner and I sat down and we did what we call a planning retreat. We just turned the phones off, and for 3, 4 hours, whatever it took, over lunch, what have you, we would review what happened in the past year, and we would set the compass, so to speak, for what we were going to do, what the initiatives were going to be for the coming year.
That makes a whole lot of sense. Any final thoughts?
Like I said, crawl before you walk, before you run, before you fly, and have a well-defined plan to scale your business.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. I want to thank you all for joining us today, and a special thank you to our incredible guest, Barry Cohen, for sharing his insights, experiences, and success tactics with us. We hope this
Hmm.
conversation has left you inspired and motivated to embrace the challenges of entrepreneurship with vigor, innovation, and adaptability. Remember, success comes in many forms, and it's essential to define it for yourself. Take the lessons shared by Barry to heart as you navigate your own entrepreneurial journey. Embrace change, seek out opportunities for growth, and always be willing to adapt to the ever evolving landscape of business. Thank you once again to our phenomenal guest speaker, Barry Cohen, and thank you all for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to explore the stories behind incredible entrepreneurs. Stay resilient and stay innovative, and have a wonderful week, everybody.